This is Adam, and he suffers from gout. Try Urol. It helps to prevent crystallization of uric acid crystals in gout therapy. Urol, effective urinary alkalinizer for gout.
Hello, I'm Pia Nadia and this is KiniNews. Daim Zainuddin said that he was a successful businessman with assets and properties acquired through legitimate business activities before he became involved in politics. The former finance minister said if he had remained in business and not actively worked to expand his assets, the value of his liquid assets ownership alone will be more than 50 billion ringgit.
Daim made that statement in his supporting affidavit filed on January 10th. The affidavit was filed together with an application by Daim and his family members for permission for judicial review to challenge the investigation carried out against them by the MACC. According to Daim, in or around 1969, he ventured into a land development company which was responsible for developing townships known as Taman Maluri and Taman Bukit Maluri, valued at more than 26 billion ringgit today. He is also the owner of Malaysian French Bank, later known as UMBC, and now RHB. He also has control and interest in many parent companies such as Sime UEP, now Sime Darby, Guthrie, TV3, Maybank, Consplant, and Cold Storage. Daim also said that his 10% stake in Nestle Malaysia today is worth about 3 billion ringgit. In the application, Daim and his family claimed that MACC had issued a statement that an investigation had been opened based on information obtained from the Pandora Papers. According to Daim, the leaked documents did not indicate any wrongdoing by him and his family. Therefore, among other things, Daim and his family are seeking a court order for the MACC to cancel all investigations initiated against them from February 2023 till now.
Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has invited the oppositions to file a no-confidence motion against him not once, but twice in Parliament last year. Communications and Multimedia Minister Fahmi Fadzil said this in rubbishing a remark by Pasir Mas MP Ahmad Fadli Shari.
In an next post, Fahmi appended 2 news clippings of Anwar urging the opposition to move a no-confidence against him and even pledging to shorten the time frame for the process from 2 weeks to just 3 days. The news clippings were dated May and July last year respectively. Earlier, Fadli spoke to Free Malaysia Today that there is no guarantee that the Dewan Rakyat Speaker will allow a no-confidence motion against Anwar in Parliament. The past information chief said that Perikatan Nasional MPs tried to table several motions in the Dewan Rakyat last year, including one seeking an explanation on Deputy Prime Minister Ahmad Zahid Hamidi's conditional discharge, but they were outright rejected. Fadli's comment came following Pasir Gudang MP Hassan Abdul Karim's reminder for the opposition to file the motion before Parliament convenes on February 26. Meanwhile, yesterday, Anwar said that the opposition does not have the numbers to initiate a vote of no confidence in Parliament.
In a separate development, 3 individuals linked to Perikatan Nasional have given their statements to the police over allegations of their involvement in the purported Dubai move.
Blogger Wan Muhammad Azri Wanderis was called to the Setapak police station in Kuala Lumpur earlier this afternoon to be questioned. Meanwhile, Bersatu Information Committee member Badrul Hisham Shaharin and social media influencer Salim Iskandar, on the other hand, volunteered to give their statements to the police. Wan Muhammad, better known as Papagomo, said he received a call from a police officer from Bukit Aman 2 days ago who asked him to appear to give his statement.
Jadi bila Ketua Pilihan Negara dah menyebut nama kami ini dan kami disiasat di bawah atas sultan, kami lihat ni satu lagi lah konspirasi yang Anwar gerakkan seperti mana Cikgu Pat cakap. Anwar Ibrahim ni seorang banduan yang pernah duduk dalam penjaga, didapati bersalah kerana salah guna kuasa dan rasuah. Jadi hari ini dia gunakan lagi kuasa yang ada melalui pejabat Perdana Menteri, melalui setiausaha politik kanan Samsul Iskandar untuk menginaya, menyekat kebebasan kami-kami ini semua bersuara.
He claimed that the trio were slandered over their alleged link to the plot after Inspector General of Police Razaruddin Hussain had previously implicated the trio in the Dubai move. On January 9th, the police chief said the trio was being investigated under Section 124C of the Penal Code for activities detrimental to parliamentary democracy. Razarudin said the main suspect is blogger Raja Petra Raja Kamarudin, but since he is in London, police will quiz others instead.
Moving on to the next story, Human Rights Watch HRW has urged Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim and his administration to act on its reform pledges. This followed an HRW World Report 2024 launched today, which found that Anwar has largely failed to uphold his reform promises in his first year as the Prime Minister.
While acknowledging that Putrajaya has taken some positive reform steps, HRW Asia said Anwar had betrayed many other pledges that he made to voters so he could hold his ruling coalition together. The report, which reviews human rights practices in more than 100 countries, cited several incidents that occurred last year to show the stalled reforms by Anwar's administration. They include the prosecution of Kedah Menteri Besar Muhammad Sanusi Matnor, who was charged under the Sedition Act for remarks he made regarding the Selangor ruler. Anwar defended the use of the law as unavoidable on matters related to rulers. Other examples include the arrest of political activist Badrul Hisham Shaharin in September over a TikTok video where he allegedly criticized the Prime Minister. HRW also mentioned the government bans on several online news portals and the ban on the film Mentega Terbang. According to the report, Anwar's government has also continued to deny UNHCR access to immigration detention centers last year. State-sponsored discrimination against the LGBTQ+ community has also continued, with HRW citing the ban and confiscation of all Swatch products with LGBTQ+ branding.
UMNO Youth has condemned the Man on the Run documentary on Netflix over its portrayal of former Premier Najib Abdul Razak. This includes linking Najib to the murder of Deputy Public Prosecutor Anthony Kevin Morris and Mongolian national Altantuya Syahari Ibu. UMNO Youth Chief Dr. Muhammad Akmal Saleh urged Communications Minister Fahmi Fadzil to order Netflix to remove the show, which chronicles the 1MDB financial scandal. Describing it as a trial by media and a malicious attempt to form a negative perception of Najib, Akmal pointed out that the former premier is still facing court proceedings related to 1MDB. Earlier, Najib's legal team has sent a letter to Fahmi for the government to compel Netflix to take down the documentary. Law firm Shafi'i & Co. informed the minister that the documentary contained several interviewees' comments that amounted to contempt of court due to the ongoing 2.27 billion ringgit 1MDB corruption trial. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim told reporters that the government would look into a request by Najib's lawyer to remove the documentary. Whereas Man on the Run director Cassius Michael Kim accused Najib of wanting to cover the unpleasant truth about himself and his administration. Kedah PAS has conceded that some members are not pleased with Menteri Besar Muhammad Sanusi Matnor's live karaoke session with a woman on TikTok. State PAS Commissioner Ahmad Yahaya said he has received complaints about the matter, while some consider it to be sinful.
Dan Alhamdulillah, saya sendiri menerima berbagai pandangan. Dan saya pun baca komen-komen dalam TikTok, dalam media sosial ni, komen yang diberikan. Ada komen mungkin bersifat teguran. Ada komen yang mungkin marah. Marah ni sampai ke peringkat menganggap bahawa apa yang dilakukan ni macam dosa besar. Tak patut seorang pemimpin buat begitu. Dan ada yang dihantar kepada saya tu dalam bentuk apa? Kami diminta untuk bermunajat, kami diminta untuk qiyamul lail, kami diminta untuk berzikir, berwirid. Tapi pemimpin berkaraoke.
The clip of Ahmad's speech made its rounds on social media yesterday. However, Ahmad praised Sanusi, calling him a great PAS leader. He stressed that every time the Menteri Besar participated in the karaoke sessions, Sanusi's wife, Jusma Lailani Juso, would accompany her husband, even though she would not be visible on the live streams. Sanusi, who is also PAS election director, had courted flack over the video depicting him singing with a woman until 2 a.m. However, Sanusi defended his action, saying it did not violate the law or religion, comparing it with the Ashabul Kafi issue linked to the Prime Minister.
The Malaysian Institute of Estate Agents (MIEA) has expressed regret over property agent's racist remark to a potential client and turning away the said customer due to her race.
MIEA President Tan Kian Aun told Malaysia Kini that the association was disappointed in the agent and said the latter should not profile the potential tenant based on her race. Tan said the agent had acted unprofessionally and had explicitly gone against the established code of conduct governing the practices of real estate agents. MIEA comments came after an ex-user known as Calvin claimed that the agent in question discriminated against Indians and Punjabis. Calvin said the agent's response to her inquiry was initially fine, but he was rude after obtaining her name and race. She also shared a screenshot of the WhatsApp conversation on X. Property firm Juwai IQI has since terminated the agent's employment and apologized to Calvin via X for the agent's unacceptable behavior. The now sacked agent also took to X to issue a public apology for insulting Calvin and other Malaysian Indians and Punjabis.
What I did today is totally wrong, and I realize my attitude and behavior is totally wrong. Again, I want to say sorry to everyone who uncomfortable.
And that is all for me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news update. If you like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Pia Ernadia. Thanks for watching.